I noticed on one of the posts that came up just the other day, it was talking, we put a poll out that talked about what was the number one thing that helped you to retain your staff. And the number one thing that came up was culture. So I just wanted to give you, I tell you what, there's 4 things that I've learned along the way about how you create a consistent culture, and a culture within your business as a salon owner or as a leader within the organization that really helps you to retain your team and to build culture. And there's 4 things. I'll give them to you. It's language, rituals, the rules that you have, and the beliefs that you have. So number 1 is language. So if you think about, like in our profession as hairdressers, if you'll notice that sometimes our language seems to be all over the place. Electricians, on one hand, they can talk about watts and ohms, etc., and they all mean exactly the same thing. I guess fortunately in our business we have creative people, but unfortunately everybody wants to kind of remake the wheel, and sometimes within our languages it might be in color, in design, or whatever, and everybody's got to have another spin on verbiage, the nomenclature that happens in our industry. So my point is that if you're going to have a really successful culture within, everybody's got to speak the same language. If you think of any culture that's out there, everybody speaks the same language so that they can communicate with one another. If you're in the salon and everybody has different names for different things, then obviously it tears apart a little piece of the cultural equation from it. So my advice is make sure to get everybody onto the same language. The second part is the rituals that you have. What do you do? How does people greet in the morning? Does everybody give high fives? Do people think that's silly? Do they have something else that they do? Morning huddles are something that's part of a culture. And you got to remember that when people are joining the culture, they might not know what your particular rituals that you have, high fives, meeting before and after the meetings, helping one another in between, etc., asking permission, those kind of things. Those rituals are necessary, and it's really important that everybody that's new that comes in really understands them as well. And then obviously rules. What are the rules that you have? Do you have like a code of honor, an agreement, rules of the way that you participate within? For instance, within our organization, we had one problem that came up time and time again, was that people weren't showing up on time. Now, if you really looked at it, we just said one of our rules was everybody must be on time. Now, the problem is we never defined it. So somebody's definition might be, well, I was walking in through the door right at the suggested time that I had to be there. Somebody else says, well, yeah, but for me, I have to be there 15 minutes earlier, have my coffee, have my foils, my table set up, etc. And so everything is different. So it's really important. And when you have a code of honor that creates rules, make sure that you define them. What is everybody's definition, and is it agreed to? That's the whole point. And then the last one is about the beliefs that you have. To me, it's really important that everybody has similar beliefs, similar values. So if everybody knows that one of our common values that we have amongst ourselves, common beliefs, is that we're doing everything for family values, or that our value is that everybody has and pushes the imagination, or the belief is, the value that we have is that we come from a place of abundance and we can share, and we're not trying to hoard from one another. So those are the 4 things that really are critical in maintaining a culture. And just to review them, they're the language, the rituals that you have, the rules that you create and everybody agrees to, and the beliefs and values that everybody share. Hope you enjoy.